Hey there, it's Bill here with JK Southwest. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're just south of Boulder City and we're going to run a trail called Burro Wash, so stick around. All right, we're cruising along the trail and so far so good. The trail starts out following a power line south of town, and it follows that power line for a couple miles. You go up and over a few mountains, and then it drops down into a wash, and if you follow the wash all the way down, it eventually leads you down to the river below Hoover Dam. I haven't run the trail in a couple years. In the past, the trail was always pretty easy. It's a rough, rocky trail, so it's bouncing and shaking everything around. You probably hear my Jeep rattling like crazy. But the past couple years, I've heard it's gotten pretty washed out, especially on the drops down into the wash. And vehicles are having a hard time, I've heard, coming back up out of the wash. But we'll see what it's like today, so stick around. All right, we've kind of reached a high point on the trail here following that power line, and we're about to drop down into the canyon on the back side. So before we do that, let's hop out and take a quick look at the view. Okay, so we're down in the canyon now, and it wasn't too bad. There was a couple steep rocky sections. I don't know how well it shows up on film, but I think you're going to be fine if you're in a stock Rubicon. You should be able to get through there no problem. Coming back out, I can definitely see how some people are having problems. But I think if you have lockers, you just take your time, you pick your line, and you should be able to crawl right on out of this canyon. All right, so we've made it all the way down the canyon. It's pretty rough and rocky, there's no doubt about it. There's one last rocky section that you go down right before you get down to the river, and I can see that being pretty challenging for a lot of folks as well. We've made it down to the water's edge. Let's send the drone up the river, see what we can find. So it's been a while since the water's been that high with the drought we have going on down here in the southwest. But thank goodness, look at that. That water would have been over the hood of the Jeep. All right, so we spent a little time down there at the river's edge, and that was pretty cool. You have your own little private cove down there. But now it's time to head out, and it's not going to be an easy climb getting out of here. All those loose, steep, rocky sections are going to be a bit of a challenge. So stick around and we'll see how it goes. There you go. So that's the Burro Wash trail, and it's a pretty fun trail. It's a down and back trail, so whatever you drive down, you're gonna have to drive back up on the way out. So if you get to something that looks a little too sketchy, make sure you turn around before you get committed down to the bottom of the canyon there. But it's not too bad. I'd rate it as an intermediate level trail, probably a 4, maybe a 4.5 on a 1 to 10 scale. You can get by in a stock rig, but it's going to challenge you, that's for sure. Especially coming back up those loose, rocky sections. The trail is a little over 12 miles in, so it's going to be a full day because it's slow going. It's loose, rocky, and bumpy all the way in. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave any comments you have down below, and we'll see you next time on the trail.